Oddworld Stranger's Wrath is an action-adventure game developed by Oddworld Inhabitants, released in 2005. It is a unique blend of FPS, third-person action, and platformer genres. I've always thought this game looked cool, but never tried it until now. So what's it about? It's set in the Oddworld universe, which lives up to the name. This game is set in a Western-inspired world filled with lots of bugs, bandits, corporate corruption, and chicken people. You play as the Stranger, a bounty hunter who needs to make 20 grand in order to pay for a mysterious operation. That's all you get plot-wise until a bit later on in the story, where you find out someone named Secto is willing to pay 20,000 for a stief. The Stranger tells Secto he can get him one, and after a few more bounties, spoilers go this time code to skip. The Stranger gets captured and is undressed to reveal that he actually has 4 legs and is a stief. That's what the operation is. He wants to cut off 2 of his legs so he can hide the fact that he's a stief. You escape and must go hunt down Secto with help from these fish people who worship stiefs. The Stranger learns he doesn't have to hide who he truly is and beats the bad guy. I enjoy this story. It has a slower start where we could have got more info sooner. It doesn't feel like much happens, to be honest. Stranger does some bounties, gets captured, escapes, and then saves the day. It wasn't very engaging for me until the Steve twist happens halfway through. The Stranger is a cool character with a cool Clint Eastwood lion-inspired design. There's just not a lot to him outside of the mystery. He has a cool gruff voice but doesn't say too much outside of telling the player where to go. The NPCs, I feel like a lot of people will find them annoying. They come in 2 types, chicken people or fish people. Both have annoying voices, both tried to be funny. Some of the humour landed for me in this game, but some didn't. The game starts out lighthearted and becomes darker and more narrative focused as it goes on. Enemies also chat to each other. They remind me of grunts from Halo. They're about as funny. All the bounties have a chat with the Stranger before you fight them, but they all seem to have the same personality to me. They're all like, "You ain't taking me in, get him boys." That's basically it. So how does the game actually play then? It uses both first and third person for different parts of gameplay. Third person is used for platforming, sprinting and melee attacks. First person is for range combat using your crossbow. The crossbow has a live ammo system. It uses unique ammo that are actual living creatures with different functions. So you can use fuzzles which can be stuck to surfaces to set traps, chip punks to lure enemies to a different location, or boom bats to explode. If you run out of ammo, you're going to have to hunt it down in a level. This isn't as bad as it sounds. In certain spots of the map, ammo spawns. They'll be moving across a small set path back and forth until you shoot them with a zap fly and walk into an item to collect it. The zap fly is the one I use for most of the game. It has infinite ammo, does little damage, but after charging automatically after a few seconds, its bullets get charged with electric steam and you can stun enemies and capture them holding X, as enemies are worth more alive than dead, in true Western fashion. I like this ammo system. It immerses me more in the world when I have to hunt down ammo. I also like how each ammo has these cute designs. You can also get upgrades for them later on. I found a finicky thing with this. If you want to buy an upgraded ammo type but you have full ammo, you can't buy it. But if you fire 1 bullet from it, you can then buy that upgrade and lose all the ammo of that type. But all ammo of that type from now on be upgraded. It's a strange way of doing things. One more system is the bounty hunting. As I mentioned earlier, you can capture enemies alive or dead for cash, which is spent on upgrades for the Stranger. But I don't know if it was how I was playing because I was trying to capture everyone alive but I had loads of money. Later into the story, you can collect ammo instead of money off bandits, as you don't buy upgrades after the midway point. You get given them at the end of some levels, so there's no need for money. There are a few different enemy types, melee ones with guns, snipers, and the most annoying ones were these tickers like ones from Gears of War. You have to hit them with full charge of the zap fly in order for them to explode. They do a lot of damage when they get close. Health can be regained by holding X. This will use the Stranger's stamina to shake off the damage and gain health. Stamina comes back slowly over time, so it can't be used all the time. Bosses for the most part get their own area to fight them in, and came with a unique mechanic or way of dealing with them. This made each boss fight feel different. One can be hiding behind a shield you must take down, another could be using a minecart to speed around the areas, or another could just spam attack you. You never know which one you're going to get. Platforming isn't the best. The Stranger's jumps controls like a shit brick house. He doesn't get very high and you won't grab onto ledges. You can hold the X button whilst you're moving. This will make the Stranger run on all fours for a speed boost, but it's harder to turn. Third person melee is kind of shit. You're better off using first person melee. You can spam this one, make it knock down bandits a lot easier. Switching from first person to third person is seamless. I found I prefer to stay in first person mode. It's just more useful. Controls overall worked. They were just a bit on the clunky side. AI and difficulty balance can be inconsistent. The levels were alright. They start off in the desert, then go to the forest, and then they end up at a big stone fortress. There are a few levels that change up the normal gameplay. For one level, you'll be on rails in a minecart having to shoot your way through, like in Resident Evil 4, or another you'll be piloting a boat down a river. There were always a welcome bit of variety. The levels had a blend of western and steampunk influences. It gave the game a very awesome visual style. Also, there's this one bit where this guy goes, hey, to progress, you need to go get a ticket from the guy across the street. So you walk across the street, and the guy goes, okay, here's the free ticket, and then you go back, and the guy's like, oh, thanks for the ticket. It's like, why couldn't you you just give me the ticket? Why do you make me walk across the street for no reason? So overall, I had some fun with this game. It's definitely unique, not something I'd recommend to everyone. It has a lot of good things going for it, like the live ammo and the design, but there are a lot of frustrating aspects as well, like the platforming. The story didn't really land for me, it took too long to get going in my opinion. Well, let's rank it. I'm thinking number 11, it's got a lot of good things going for it. It's got more unique qualities going for it than Planet of Lana, which mostly just had the visuals. But I did get way more frustrated with Oddworld than Sea of Stars, which also had great combat and a great visual style, so I can't put it above that. So yeah, it's the new number 11. A good game, just a bit too janky for me. I'm now gonna go hunt some chipmunks.